It's Wednesday Night Live, a full hour of music and talk with the San Francisco Bay Area's most exciting new acts.
We're on KZSU live right
Each week a new band, absolutely live, and never a cover charge. And now sit back and enjoy another edition of KZSU's Wednesday Night Live.
That's right, boys and girls. Gus the Fat here. Welcome back, Peanut Gallery. It's been a while. Tonight we have Gaucho here live in our basement, or at least, what was it, 1/4 of Gaucho? You're a 6-piece?
5-piece.
Oh, 5-piece. So I'm not going to do that.
You're
kind
a college
of math
guy.
then.
Do that.
Right. No, I dropped out of college. Don't believe the university. So, So I was going to say something smart, but I didn't go to college. So welcome to the show. We're happy to have you down here.
Thanks.
And they're here to entertain us for the next hour, at least a portion of Gaucho. The rest of the guys and gals, maybe.
Playing a gig at the rest of the guys are playing a gig at Amnesia tonight. We have a gig every Wednesday, 8:30 to 10:30 at Amnesia. We've been there for 16 years every Wednesday. Split between commitments.
Yes. And you're a pretty working band. You got Comstock and North Beach on Mondays and Mondays and Fridays. And then Brenda's French Soul Food. And what's the
Every Sunday, Brenda's.
Okay, yeah, that place is delicious.
On Polk Street, yeah, that's the one we play. We play 5 to 8, and then we play every Wednesday at Amnesia, 8:30 to 10:30.
Cool. And this is another spot on Tuesdays?
Tuesdays is actually a solo. I'm Dave Ricketts. I'm the band leader of Gaucho, but then I also have I'm the songwriter for Gaucho too. So I do a lot of my songwriting stuff at the Sea Star gig on Tuesdays as just a little duo with an upright bass player.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Sea Star's a lot of fun. I've been there.
Yeah, it's a great bar for sure. We love it there.
Yeah, it's
We've
a
been
good
there
spot.
for a year on Tuesdays now. Yeah.
Cool. That neighborhood's changing a lot, so it's kind of cool to see some live music over in that area.
Yeah. Me and James Tuzel James plays bass for me there.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, hey, you want to play some live music, and then we'll chat in a little bit about any other upcoming events. And you're mentioning a 45 earlier, so maybe
we
we'll
got a
talk little bit about
45.
that.
We'll talk all about it. Yeah.
Gaucho here on Wednesday Night Live.
I actually have music going in my headphones. I'll just take them off, but it's like they're playing Angel in my headphones but starting in a different spot. Oh. Well, actually, I would like to make. You asked me, as long as I've stopped. You've asked me if there were other things, and actually, I thought of 2 other things we're doing in the next couple of weeks. So I would like to talk about those things.
Sure.
This Saturday, a lot of Gaucho, we're Gaucho, and a lot of Gaucho's music was inspired by Django Reinhardt and Louis Armstrong as well. But I'm teaching a Django Reinhardt guitar workshop in Los Gatos, at the guitar shop in Los Gatos. I can't think of it right now off the top of my head what the name of that place is, but I'm teaching there 1 to 3 in the guitar store in Los Gatos. There's a Django Reinhardt workshop I'm teaching there on Saturday. And then also the Left Bank in Menlo Park, we're playing Bastille Day, which is July 14th. So it's down in this area, so definitely look for us there.
Okay, cool.
We're going to keep playing some songs.
Was that Keith Holland guitars?
Keith Holland, thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you for running.
And again, you're doing that on Tuesdays?
No,
Saturday. Sorry.
The Sea Star is Tuesdays.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of events going on. The Sea Star is my solo songwriting thing on Tuesday nights. On Saturday, this week only, from 1 to 3, I'll be playing, teaching a workshop at Keith Holland Guitars on Django Reinhardt's music and how to solo like Reinhardt and that kind of thing, and how to deconstruct one of his solos, etc. And then also on Bastille Day, we're playing over at the Left Bank in Menlo Park on Santa Cruz.
Oh, okay. Cool. A little nice little downtown area.
Absolutely, yeah.
And let's see. Are you self-taught, or did you go to school for this? Or?
I went to school for classical guitar, but for like improvising music, definitely like I put it all together just at home and not going to gigs and that kind of thing.
Okay, cool. And how long has Gaucho been around?
Almost 17 years. No,
All
a
right,
long time. Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Thanks for. We've been voted best band in San Francisco in 2015, I want to say, and then best jazz and blues band in San Francisco in 2009, both with SF Weekly reader poll.
Okay, cool. Do you ever get a chance to make it over to Deluxe? Over
Club
in Houston?
Deluxe.
Yeah.
You know, I used to play there with my songwriting thing, but I moved it over. I used to do that on Tuesday nights actually for a year and a half, and then I moved it over to the Sea Star. I really love that place, the Sea Star, and so yeah, it's a good vibe for me. I don't know why, but I don't know. It's like we're the only music there too, which feels really cool.
Yeah, it's a nice space there. I really like that bar a lot. So it's nice to hear that they got something cool to go on it in there. I have a studio over off Hudson Avenue, so
Right on.
maybe
And
I'll
Alicia
swing by.
Walton, the owner, she actually was just featured on the cover of, I believe, 7x7 or San Francisco, one of the glossy city magazines, as the up and coming, premier bartender of the city. She owns
Oh, cool.
she owns the Sea Star, and Alicia Walton, both the owners, and they're both fabulous bartenders. And
Yeah. I've met Alicia last time I was there. My girlfriend loves her, so good spot. It's nothing but good vibes there. It's
That's
cool
right,
that
Will.
you're doing music there as well. So
Thanks a lot, man.
cool. So Gaucho here on Wednesday Night Live. You can find out more about them if you go to gauchojazz.com. From there, you could first you got to sign up for their mailing list. I'm going to encourage everybody to do that.
Thanks, man.
But from there, you could click on gigs, and you have a shop here, huh? Like what's in the shop? Is it that 45? What else?
Yeah, we got a 45. We got a bunch of CDs now. We have, let's see. I think Deluxe. We don't sell Deluxe right now because we're getting ready to release that as our 20-year anniversary vinyl record. But then so that's coming up in just 3 years. But we have what do we have for sale? We have Deep Night, and we have which Deep Night has a bunch of standards, and both Deep Night and Pearl feature our now sadly deceased Ralph Carney, who's a wonderful saxophonist of the Bay Area, and Ralph played with us for a decade or more. And then after Pearl, we have Part-Time Sweetheart, and Thinking of You is the 45. And then the latest CD came out about a year and a half ago, Gaucho Live at Joe's Pub in New York City.
Oh, rad. And with all these, with the exception of the live one, do you produce these on your own? Do you record at home?
Yeah, I produce all of them. They're all done in studios. And also, Deep Night and Pearl were both done to a secret live audience that I personally invited, like 100 people, and had everybody wait 5 seconds after each song to applaud. We did those as secret concerts at Amnesia over the years.
Oh, rad.
And so, yeah, those were really fun. We'd lock the doors and lock everyone in there Saturday and Sunday during the day. That was 2000, I want to say 2008 and 2010. We did those.
According to your website, that is correct.
Right on. Yes, if I was playing Gaucho Jeopardy, I'd like to take CD release dates for 1,000, please. Will.
How did it work out to prevent people from applauding? Like
Everyone was very accommodating, and I mean I sent out the email and I said if you get this email, do not tell your friends. Gaucho wants to play for you. We love you. And we love the vibe you bring. And so there were a lot of people in the audience that were just diehard fans of ours, just really at least 50, and it was a great, it's a small bar, Amnesia, so it was a great vibe like that. And both Tartine Bakery and La Mediterranee, we have very close connections to those restaurants, and they donated food those days in support of, for the band and for the fans and all that. And for Pearl, Rob's daughter was maybe 6 months old when we recorded Pearl, and it was amazing. She was in the audience, and she would cry often during the between songs, but it was almost like she knew instantly, when the song is happening, she's not to make a noise, and it was pretty amazing. She never really did. That was correct, don't you think? That's kind of how it
She's
happened.
a very well-behaved child.
Well-behaved child, yes. We're all
Yeah.
very proud.
Let's just say Gaucho soothed the baby.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Your soothing baby music. So, how about we hear some more music from Gaucho? Sans the extra audio in your headphones.
Yeah, that was interesting because it was the same song I was playing, but it was playing back to me, and I must have been another recording of it. But it was interesting to hear it like that.
It is actually.
Was it a latency thing?
It was a latency thing streaming from our YouTube live. So for those listeners out there that would love this and would like to hop online, you could go to YouTube and look up KZSU Live, and you could find Gaucho on WNL at KZSU on June 27th, and you could watch live with a 5-second delay. But, they won't know that if they're just watching that, so...
Perfect. Well, Here we go. We'll play some more tunes.
Cool.
This one is another. Last one was one I wrote called Angel, and this one is another one of mine. It's called Double Barrel. spent 3 weeks in New York. Went to Paris for a spell. Then way on down to New Orleans. I thought hanging with them cats would do me well. Then I called you on the street one night, thinking that your voice would make me smile. What can I say, dear, it's over. So you know it's been a while. Oh, you know it's been a while. It's been too long to tell. Do you still have that place way out in Oakland? Do you still drive your moms to herself? Oh, my place looks the same except that you're not there, all done up in flea market style. What can I say, dear, it's over. Seb, you know it's been a while. Oh, you know it's been a while. It's been too long to tell. Do you still have that place way out in Oakland? Do you still drive your moms to herself? Oh, my place looks the same except that you're not there, all done up in flea market style. What can I say, dear, it's over. Seb, you know it's been a while.
listening to Gaucho here on Wednesday Night Live. And find out more if you visit them on the web at gaucho.com, or gauchojazz.com. And they're also playing, let's see here, every Monday and Friday at Comstock Saloon in North Beach. And then Dave has his own small solo act, or Dave Ricketts and Friends, at the Sea Star in Dogpatch. And then
Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays, yes.
7 to 10.
And on Wednesdays, the rest of the band right now is performing at Amnesia, but you could catch him next week, Wednesday from 8:30 to 10:30 at Amnesia.
We're also at Brenda's French Soul Food, Sundays 5 to 8 p.m. Thanks for having us out here.
Yeah, no problem. How did everybody meet?
We kind of all met at Amnesia. A couple of us had been playing together. Ari Munkers, the bass player in the band, and I had been playing together in some other project, and I started booking some stuff in the Mission back, and this was probably in 2000, I'd say in 2002, we started playing at Amnesia, and Ari came along and some other guys, and then Rob actually came along. It was a funny story. Rob came along and maybe in 2004 or 2005, and he came in and gave me his card, and we shook hands. He was like, "I'm Rob Reich, and I'd love to play accordion for you." And I thanked him, and he left, and I crumbled Rob's card up, and I was like, "I don't want an accordion player in my band. That's awful. I wouldn't want that." And then he came back. That was in August of that year, and maybe 2004, as I say. And then he came back in October and asked if he could sit in. And I thought, well, that's really cool. I really respect how professional he is. And I definitely had him up, but I thought, like, oh, God, what if, it's accordion, who knows what direction it could go. Maybe have it like 4 or 5 songs from the end, Dave, because, you want to dig yourself out of this. But we all fell in love with him the absolute second we heard anything. It's always been like that ever since, It's been like anybody that hears Rob, I mean, he's really all of our favorite musicians, all of us musicians' favorite musician is Rob Reich, for sure.
All right.
And so it's a real honor having him in the band.
So he sweet-talked you and won you over.
Yeah. With his music, for sure.
The soothing sounds of the accordion. Hey, Rob, how long have you been playing that thing?
It's been about 18 years. Since I moved to the Bay Area, they kind of went together in 2000. I moved out here, and I brought this little child's accordion that I had growing up that I never really paid much attention to, but just happened to bring it in my move when I moved out here. And I started playing like some free improv music on it with this pianist from state of Washington, named Gus Burns. Really interesting pianist, sort of in the mold of Cecil Taylor, and doing like totally noise-free improv sort of stuff on accordion. And I was like, oh, this instrument's fun. So I just went ahead and bought a big one, and then I started getting gigs just because there weren't too many accordion players around. So it sort of found me that way. It's pretty weird instrument, but
It looks like you got a lot of things to do there, though. It's really hard to get bored behind one of those ones, right?
yeah. There's a lot of buttons to push.
Do y'all ever get a chance to come down to Cafe Stritch down in downtown San Jose and perform down there?
Never played there. We played Cafe Baroni at 1010 El Camino. That's been our home in the South Bay. I played with my solo group actually last Thursday there. There's a great harmonica player from New York City, Marcus Milius, and he and I have been making some recordings together this past weekend. And so Marcus and I did a show at Cafe Baroni. And Gaucho that's another part of Gaucho's formation was definitely down there over the years. Cafe Baroni has always been a big home to ours, musically and otherwise, really. Everybody that owns the place and has worked there for years, so we're all kind of like family in the business. Kind of some people are running the venue, and the other people are providing music to the venue, and we all are kind of grow closer over the years, I guess.
That's awesome. And how often are you down there?
Well, actually for this year we've both kind of steered it by the bumps in the road, and I think we're going to do another date there this summer, but we haven't planned anything. But Marina Baroni just wrote me the other day, and I'm sure we'll get there soon. But we've normally been playing there on Thursdays, and they have music there on Friday nights also.
Okay.
So it's a great place, and one year, I think it was 2015, we were part of them winning best music in the South Bay or whatever.
wow.
Maybe in Menlo. But,
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Well, it sounds like you're all over the Bay. Do you get out to the East Bay?
A little bit. For maybe 4 years, we used to play in the lounge at Yoshi's in Oakland, first,
Okay.
third, and fifth Thursdays, and but eventually they couldn't afford to keep bringing us out there. But definitely good vibes between us, and we've released 2 of our records there. Part-Time Sweetheart and Thinking of You we released there, and Yoshi's in Oakland has always been a great home to
Cool.
us.
And you said you have a 20-year anniversary LP coming out, so that's
That'll
officially
be
wax.
That'll be in a few years.
Yeah.
That'll be in a
wax
few years.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely made of wax.
All right, cool.
Definitely, yeah. It's gonna be made of stone.
Sweet. Keep it vintage, man. So, let's see here. So right now you really just have CDs available on your website. Is there anything else you
We
want
have digital downloads available on iTunes and on CD Baby as well.
Oh, okay. Cool.
For a while we had a band Condom. We I guess we went through them all. But yeah, we gave them out for a while with the downloads on them for maybe a year or something like that.
Did you guys actually print Gaucho on?
They say
the
Gaucho
condom?
loves you, but not on the actual rubber, as you will, but just there was like a matchbook that went around it, and we had, codes and secret codes for the music and messages for the fans and stuff like that.
That's hilarious. So, for those of you just joining us, you're listening to Gaucho here on Wednesday Night Live. You can find out more information about them and follow them at gauchojazz.com. You're on the Facebook and the Instagram and all that stuff, yeah?
Oh yeah, totally. Got a MySpace page and everything.
Oh,
all that
MySpace,
stuff.
keeping it real. Cool.
No, we definitely have Facebook. We have a Gaucho fan page on Facebook. We'd love it if you like us too, because we have we're almost at 4,000 fans, and we're definitely looking to the summer goal to get that 4,000 fans. Be a big honor to us. And then we have a new record we're starting to record. Leon Oakley is a cornet player in our band, and he's older. He's 78, and he was in Turk Murphy's band. If you ever hear of Turk Murphy. But he had a band. They have a street named after them in San Francisco. They were a very famous jazz band of the 60s, maybe from 1959 to 1983. And Leon was Turk's cornet player, but Turk was a friend. He was a trombonist and a friend of Louis Armstrong's, and he introduced Louis Armstrong to the song Mac the Knife, and Louis Armstrong even performed Turk Murphy's arrangement of Mac the Knife. But Leon is our cornet player, and he was Turk's cornet player too, and so it's a big honor to us. And Leon's choosing a lot of the new songs we're going to record on the new record. Probably in the fall, we're still hammering those songs out, but those are songs that Leon has chosen for the band that he felt like were good songs from Turk's band that kind of still fit into Gaucho and everything. And so it's a fun kind of heirloom project, if you will, of San Francisco that I'm proud to be a part of with Leon.
No, that's awesome, and it's part of the city that I don't think gets enough attention. It's slowly kind of just fading away with the fog. So it's good to see that you're keeping it alive down there in San Francisco.
Thanks a lot.
You were listening to Gaucho here on Wednesday Night Live.
We've been playing. We played Up a Lazy River, which is a Hoagie Carmichael song, but aside from that, all the songs we've played this set have been tunes I wrote. What's a good, just a standard, Rob? Out of Nowhere?
Sure, that sounds good.
Yeah. Let's do it. This one's an old standard called Out of Nowhere. It's going to feature Rob Reich on accordion. I'll jump in somewhere. This next one's by Eddie Lang. It's a waltz called April Kisses.
Nice, Dave.
Hey, thanks, Rob.
You
Great
were-
playing with you.
You are listening to
Great playing with
Gaucho
you.
here on Wednesday Night Live. We got about 10 more minutes with them. Up next will be the Fuzz Deli with Super Chuck. He'll be going from
Nice.
10 p.m. to midnight. But in the meantime, we have 10 more minutes with Gaucho, and you can find out more information about them if you go to gauchojazz.com. And let's see here.
I wanted to ask about the workshop on Saturday.
Yeah.
Do you do other kinds of workshops like that, or is
They don't come around too often. I do teach privately in San Francisco. I live in Hayes Valley, and I have tons of guitars. You don't have to bring your own guitar. I'm a guitar freak, so. But workshops like that, they don't come around too often, and it's a really cool thing that Keith Holland has nurtured that kind of environment too in a guitar store, because it's rare that a guitar store can take the time to do that sort of thing, and it's very appreciated by the artists for sure.
Oh, totally. And like a lot of other things in the Bay Area, those types of guitar stores are just kind of vanishing.
Yeah, they're having them as online chat things on
Yeah, one of my favorites is actually out in Newark, Antone's Music.
Okay.
He used to let me go in there as like a little 15-year-old punk and just grab
That's
like a
cool.
$3,000 Les Paul off the thing, be like, "Have you heard Nirvana?" He'd be hella patient. So,
Yeah.
no, it's gonna be tough when those kind of stores go and you just got some jerk at Guitar Center talking to you like you don't know anything. So,
I think Guitar Center is going bankrupt though. Actually.
oh really?
Yeah.
Well, who's gonna
Yeah.
play music after that?
Yeah. No, it's crazy. They have robots that do that now. Well, we can play too. I mean, we're happy to play another one if you want. Or
Oh no, you've the last time it's yours. I just want to remind the listeners that every Monday and Friday, you can catch Gaucho at Comstock Saloon. On Tuesdays, Dave Ricketts has his own thing at the Sea Star. It says Dave Ricketts and Friends, so I'm assuming you bring a couple people with you.
Yeah. Well, normally it's actually one person, and sometimes it's two people. James Tuzel plays bass with me, and then Marty Eggers plays piano with me there. Wonderful ragtime piano player, and we've been kind of working on some new, new workshop material for everything.
Awesome. And then Wednesdays,
Gaucho at Amnesia.
you're at Amnesia, and then on what was it, Sundays
Brenda's
at
French-
Brenda's
yeah.
French Soul Food.
5 to 8 p.m. Yeah, and it's interesting. Brenda's is such a great place, and it's really nurturing in the community. It's they kind of bring us in. It's actually kind of the slowest time that they have. Really, is that time of night, and the rest of the time that restaurant. I don't know if you ever go to Brenda's, but it's just
It's
jamming.
packed.
Yeah, it's always packed. But then that time of night, it's on that one Sunday, or we play every Sunday, but it's like every other night of the week, that corner would just be tons of tables all night. But so we can just have that area and perform there, and we've been there for maybe 6 years now.
That's
On
awesome.
Sundays. Yeah,
The food is excellent. It takes like an hour wait sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
worth the wait.
it really is. I've played in New Orleans now, and the food in New Orleans is of course great, but I prefer the food at Brenda's because it's like exactly like the food in New Orleans, but it has like next to no salt by comparison to the food in New Orleans, and then and then it's also like just 5 blocks from my house, which is nice too.
Yeah, that's a beauty right there in itself. So, but instead of me talking to you, how about we hear? Can you fit in 2 more songs in the last 8 minutes? Do you think, or just one?
Maybe we'll do Russian Lullaby and see. Is that cool? Or
Yeah, sure.
we'll do this one and see if we can do another one afterwards. We're happy to play another one afterwards, so too.
Awesome, thank you. You're listening to Gaucho here on Wednesday Night Live.
Thank
just a plaintive little tune. Baby stops his crying. Rockabye, my baby. Somewhere there may be a land that's free for you and me, and a Russian lullaby. Every night I hear the tune, a Russian lullaby. Just a plaintive little tune, baby stops his crying. Rockabye, my baby, somewhere there may be a land that's free for you and me, and a Russian lullaby. We'll do a song by Eddie Lang again for the way out. This one's called I'll Never Be the Same. Oof, untune it. Sorry.
No problem. You are listening to Gaucho here on Wednesday Night Live. Again, check out gauchojazz.com, and from there you can click on news, gigs, about, shop, see and hear, and you could also book them for your birthday party or something like that. You know, so. But you can catch them every Monday and Friday at Comstock Saloon, as well as on Tuesdays at the Sea Star, and Wednesdays at Amnesia, and Sundays at Brenda's French Soul Food. So just go to gauchojazz.com and you can find all that information there. Real quick, Comstock, is that the place with the big giant
Balcony kind of thing, right?
or is it about, or I'm talking about the old school like cappuccino machine?
No.
Okay.
No, Comstock, it's kind of close by there, though, I imagine. It's right where Kearney becomes Columbus.
Oh, okay.
Right next to the Coppola building, right across the street from that Coppola,
Okay.
you know, that weird kind of mini Flatiron building.
I think so.
It's like
I
kinda
don't
green,
wander over
terminal.
there as often as I used to.
Very
so.
close to City Lights on the same side.
Oh,
of the
okay.
street.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think I know what you're talking about now. So, but enough talking for me. Let's hear one more song here from
Got
Gaucho here on Wednesday Night Live.
Eddie Lang, I'll Never Be the Same. Here we go.
Well, hey, thanks for coming down. And
Hope you see we have that movie coming out, the Keanu Reeves movie, the song coming out in that. So hope you see that. Destination Wedding coming out in August, and yeah.
How'd you work that out?
They actually called me. They felt like actually the music director interviewed me, and I was able to. He let me record it because there were things he was giving me direction for the band for recording stuff for everything. But he said that his daughter met a guy, and the two of them drifted up from L.A. to the Bay Area, and they came to actually Amnesia, and bought Gaucho live at Joe's Pub, and he woke up with it on when his daughter came home a week later or whatever. He woke up with our CD on his kitchen table, and he produced Barbra Streisand as well. I'm forgetting the guy's name, but it was amazing talking to him though. But yeah, he loved the band and put us in the new Keanu Reeves Winona Ryder movie, Destination Wedding. Yeah.
That's awesome. I guess my reaction to that would be like, whoa.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of those wonderful Keanu moments actually lately. Yeah, I just had one earlier that I'm not permitted to say on the air.
From my impression, he seems to be a really nice guy.
Actually, I haven't met him, but everybody I've ever talked to said he's really wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff for the community that goes unsaid. So. But when I saw him in the flesh, he was wasted at a park bench in New York City. So, but,
we should all be so lucky.
Right. So, well, then thanks again for coming down, Dave. And
thanks for having us.
Yeah. And I look forward to hearing more in the future.
Thanks for having us down here. Yeah, thanks everybody.
All right. Up next will be Fuzz Deli with Super Chuck here on KZSU Stanford.
Fun show. Now we play